Hello and welcome to Fuse News.
Today, the top stories are innocent children die in a Gaza beach attack.
Freedom to die, legal assisted suicide is discussed in Parliament.
Murder in Prudhoe Community High School. One dies, one is injured in a grudge-driven attack.
Remembrance is almost upon us as the 100th anniversary of World War I draws closer.
And now to the Middle East with our war correspondent, Josh.
7 Israeli children were playing harmlessly on a beach in Gaza harbour when an Israeli military vessel opened fire with cruel intent on the children.
The children began to run to safety away from the beach to a hotel on the beachfront. When the ship shot again, the shell killing 4 of the 7 children, leaving 3 critically injured. Journalists based at the hotel ran to help the injured and began to engage in first aid.
I think it's absolutely tragic, and it shouldn't really have happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. How would you feel if you were the father of these children?
I'd be distraught and unhappy, very very unhappy.
It's horrific that such young lives are lost.
How would you feel if you were their father?
Devastated. I wouldn't know what to do.
Israeli military deny this attack was purposeful and stress that the fire was aimed at a possible terrorist threat.
It's bloody awful. Because what I don't get is, how can some bloke sitting in a ship, looking at a beach, through obviously some sort of telescope, not see that there's little children on the beach playing football?
He probably did see them playing on the football.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
He probably saw them on the beach, and he thinks, oh, it's a great idea to bloody let off a cannon on that bloody beach, and then he turns around and kills these children. It's bloody awful. I want to kill them. Bloody want to kill them.
This violent attack on the Israeli children could be the start of a war. This is Josh reporting live for Fuse News.
Thanks for that, Josh.
So, Marcus, who was that?
That's my twin, Steve.
Oh.
Anyway, now on to one of the more controversial issues of today.
Assisted suicide, is it right? Parliament discussed the possibilities of legalising it in the UK.
Now to our political correspondent, Alex.
There's been many debates about a licence for doctors to terminate their patients. What would you do if it was one of your family members? Hi, can I please stop you for a moment?
Yeah.
I've got a question. What would be your view on people's freedom to die?
Freedom to die. Well, I'd see people as they need to have their own opinion on it, and you can't rush anyone into it. It's their life, and they should have that freedom.
Alright. So Dylan, what happened in your situation?
My girlfriend became paralytic due to a car accident we had, and she wished to the doctors that she could die, but obviously due to the laws the doctors could not make this her wish. So sadly she passed away a few months ago due to a liver failure that also again the doctors aren't sure how it came across or anything like that.
I'm very sorry for your loss, Dylan. So how do you feel about the government not allowing your girlfriend the choice?
I think the government should make the laws so that people do have the opportunity to wish their death.
Thanks for your time.
Lord Alton says, I do not believe the law should license doctors to involve themselves in bringing about deaths of patients. Baroness Warnock says, if someone has got to the state where her life is hateful to her, no one can insist it's valuable. It's for her to judge.
Statistics show that in a state in America, out of 3 million people, 8 people have decided to terminate their life. If this is passed over to the UK, 1,600 out of the 60 million will decide to die in the next year.
Cheers for that, Alex. Next up, murder in Prudhoe Community High School.
One boy was killed and another injured in an attack by fellow friends, driven by rivalry in this touring school performance.
Now to Jamie, our legal correspondent, on the murder.
Yesterday, at 10:02, Ben was murdered in Drama Studio 1 at Prudhoe Community High School. He was featuring in a play of a good man, Charlie Brown, that was being taken to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Now, it's no secret there was some distress in the cast, and all the All the evidence points to Shay, one of his co-stars. The police don't seem to be taking this rather seriously, as there have been threats made, even of murder. We do question these threats, but we can't help but take them seriously.
I personally think it's quite a shocking thing to happen, especially within your own school, and I think that it's been quite a shocking event for everyone, and the thing is that everyone seems a bit confused about it, and I think the main thing now is getting to the end of it and why it happened.
How do you feel that the forensic evidence seems to be pointing to Shay, because I understand that they've had arguments in the past?
Yeah, I've heard about Shay and Ben's rivalry, kind of, and I think that it does make sense, and I do trust the forensic scientists, and I think that they're doing their job well, and that their evidence is trustworthy.
This is what the legal counsels had to say.
Court defence for Shay,
Okay. When they prosecuted him, what are your opinions?
Since he is my client, he is innocent, and we think it's malpractice by the police.
So have you seen any evidence towards Shay?
Yes, we have.
You don't think that Shay attacked himself to try and get him away from the crime?
No.
Because obviously you're defending him.
Yes.
If you weren't defending Shay, would you say that there's a possibility that he could have attacked himself to get out of the crime?
No.
None at all?
No.
Becky and Jamie from the legal department, and we are prosecuting Shay Young.
Is most of the evidence pointing towards Shay being guilty?
Pretty much. I mean, we've got his footprints on the scene. The fibres match Shay. The handwriting.
Yeah, the handwriting. He also had 2 reasons to do it.
Like, do you trust everything that the forensics have given you?
Yeah, I do.
They've done a thorough job. They've looked
done-
through it. They've been there for hours.
Done a really, really good job.
Lots of different aspects.
And is there anything strange about the case that hasn't really linked up to Shay being guilty?
I think there were always going to be things around the case that couldn't be linked exactly and conclusively, but I think the majority of things are proving.
But that's the thing with every case. There's always
Yeah.
flaws in everything that's happened.
Nothing will perfectly point to one person.
Back to the studio.
Thanks, Jamie.
There's been many issues that have arisen with the way in which the different sectors handled the situation.
The police in particular are under scrutiny. Aaron, our police affairs correspondent, reports.
I'm there. Listen up.
Hello, I'm Aaron and I'm reporting on the behaviour of the police. In the following clips and pictures you can see the police acting unprofessionally and are not taking the case seriously. Overall, they have not been very productive at times on the case, and as a result of this, there is little being done concerning some key issues.
Cheers, Aaron.
Continuing with this, the press have also been under investigation in the way they handled the case.
Our press correspondent, Shona, reports.
We now have confirmation that the print media have illegal material of Ben the victim's home. There are some interviews where they admit to having these illegal files.
We might want.
Yeah, we've got a voicemail. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Say again. You tell me that again.
We've got a voicemail and it's very interesting.
How have you got voicemail?
I don't know. Mr. Marshall just played it for us.
So this is somebody's voice messages.
Yeah.
Whose?
The dead guys.
So tell me that again. You've got the dead guy's voicemail messages.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Would you be able to give us any information about the voicemail you legally got hold of?
It was a voicemail belonging to Ben, and it had Shay asking to change roles with him, and someone telling him to stop it, and stuff like that.
So what's happened with the voicemail now? Do you still have it?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for that, Shona.
On a different note, does having a daughter cause divorce? Statistics say so.
Shona, Jade and Holly, our social affairs correspondents, report on this.
Hello, this is Jade, Holly and Shona reporting on girls causing divorces.
Statistics have shown that divorce is more likely to occur in couples who have a daughter.
It has also been shown with couples who have daughters, their relationships are already in trouble.
The reason girl babies are born in troubled relationships is because the embryos of a baby girl are stronger.
It has also been said that girls may well survive stressful pregnancies that boys can't survive.
So we asked some people what they think.
Do you think that couples who have daughters are more likely to get divorced? What's your opinion on that?
Because girls are sort of like, they'll stick together, and then like when you have a little baby girl, they'll like moan all the time. So you just want to get divorced, really.
So do you think that the statement that girls cause divorces is true?
Yeah, I do.
So what is your opinion that if couples have a daughter that they are more likely to get a divorce?
I don't think that's true because my parents had a daughter and they are not divorced.
Now back to the studio.
Thanks, guys.
Finally, the last story of the day. World War I happened almost 100 years ago, and the world-famous Imperial War Museum in London is having millions spent on renovations to display the artefacts.
Our historical correspondent, Matthew, reports on the case.
Hello, I'm Matthew reporting on an important week for one of our most important national organisations. The museum was established in 1917 called the National War Museum. It is based on Lambeth Road in southeast London. The building was designed for 700,000 visitors a year, but was attracting 1.1 million. For decades, the Imperial War Museum has inspired generations of families to have a better understanding of the hardships and horrors of war. The director said starting the project took 4 years, but it felt a lot longer. There are 9 amazing objects now in the atrium, including a Harrier jet, a V-1 rocket, and a Reuters Land Rover damaged in an attack in Gaza. The Spitfire, one of the museum's most popular objects, also remains on display. Back to the studio.
Thanks for that, Matthew.
That's all from us here at Fuse News, and as always,
stay classy, Prudhoe.